Hi, I'm Ebon.
And I'm William.
And welcome to another episode of the Thick and Thin Podcast.
And we're back for another episode after a week off. Last week, we, I wish that we had we had this crazy Sunday and we just didn't have time to podcast. And here's this really fun story that we have to share for the first part of this podcast of how crazy our weekend was and why we didn't do a podcast. And the truth of the matter is we just didn't feel like it.
True. I mean, we didn't have a lot of topics. We kind of were both tired.
We just had like a lazy Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And we're like,
well, I don't know if you saw what I posted in the YouTube feed. I was like, ain't no drop this week. That's it. That's all.
yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Got nothing for you.
I got nothing.
Sometimes, I don't know. It's just like, we just weren't feeling it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's something we do for fun. So it's like, if we don't feel like we're going to do it.
Yeah, we don't want to bring you a subpar episode.
I mean, there's that. And also, I just didn't want to do it. Because I've been wowing it up, brothers and sisters. Hear me loud.
Oh, he means World of Warcraft, by the way.
Don't act like you haven't been either.
Oh, no, I'm not denying. I'm just saying the average person would hear wowing it up and be like, about what? Like, so.
We've been a wow household for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's great. It's been so fun. So good. It's my favorite time. It's like right when an expansion drops. It's just the most fun.
All right.
It's the most fun. But anyway, so on that note, I'm streaming every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, twitch.tv/William_D20. So yeah, come hang out with me while she's gone playing clarinets.
Yeah. I'm out here being musical in these streets, yo.
I fill my time. So that's what I do. So, yeah, I've been in a war of attrition with God the last month or so. Yeah, right?
I mean, I can't tell you what you're feeling.
It's just like, I've in some way, shape, or form, I have been in pain for the last month. And I'm just like, I'm so trying to just like power through it and just like stay like above. I don't know. There was a point in my life not very long ago where I would have just like sunk back into just like sad, like depression.
Aww.
And just like self-pity. And
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Being in
like,
pain will do that to you.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I just, as much as I hate to say this, I've had a change in mindset over the last year or so.
Okay.
And I don't know how to like explain it in full without like sounding weird and just like, I don't know, like there's a point where you're just like, I'm getting older and wiser. And it is part that. And it's part like coming to the realization that truly like nothing individually really matters. And not in like a nihilistic way.
Okay.
In like a, I don't need to let that bother me way.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Somewhat. I need more information.
I don't
know.
know.
You can elaborate later.
I'm just, so, but like when it comes to like the pain thing, like I definitely have my moments where I'm like, sucks. I'm over it, right?
Yeah.
But I just like, especially when I'm like around other people, I don't want to be the person that's like, oh, my foot, oh, my head, oh, my back.
Right.
Like, you're going to be able to tell that I'm in pain because I'm walking weird.
Yeah.
Like, I'm holding my back and I'm hobbling down the halls.
Yeah.
Or I'm, like, limping very slowly into work or whatever. And people will ask me, like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I just made poor life choices. And, I'll explain I have gout and it, but in like, just like a statement of facts, like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Not in like, I need your pity.
Yeah.
I need you to feel bad for me.
Yeah.
It's like, this is just what it is. I have to spend a couple extra minutes. I have to plan a couple extra minutes to be able to walk places, just because I'm going so slow. But it's just like, I don't know, but I don't even know that it's like a conscious thing of being like, I'm not going to let this bother me. But it's just like an overall like blanket thing of just, I don't know. I talked about it on stage last night.
Yeah.
But did it seem like I was looking for pity?
No, not at all.
Okay, good. Just trying to be funny. Like, this is just what it is. Because I feel like you see someone limping, you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, I walk down this middle aisle of people. I assume that they saw the limp. And if they did, I think some of them didn't. That's why a lot of them were like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now, dude. And I could see it on their faces, which I guess, in hindsight, I should have just ignored it. I should have just done my set.
Well, I mean, you don't know how many people did notice or didn't notice.
But I like to be vulnerable. I like to like, here's what's going on with me. Here's where I am at this very moment in my head. Mm-hmm. And because I don't know, I'm realizing there are lots of different ways to do comedy. Mm-hmm. I'm so all over the goddamn place right now in this podcast. I so apologize.
It's fine.
But like, I'm realizing there's so many different ways to do comedy. And it's like, after, there was 3 people behind me that each did 15 minutes. And they're all doing like jokes, setups, setup, punchline thing. And like, here's like the story that's rehearsed and like ready. And I'm like, let me give these people something different. Like, let me riff a little bit. Let me do some crowd work. Here's a joke that I have prepared that hopefully I can slip in and they can't really tell that it's prepared.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a different vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
I think people, they enjoy it in a different way. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I think if I would have just done my jokes, I would have absolutely murdered, which takes away the fun. That's why I just didn't want to do that.
I didn't think you did bad.
No, I didn't. But that's my point. Is like, if I would have just done my jokes, I would have destroyed. And it would have been easy.
Fair.
And that might not even have been true. But I feel like such a egomaniac right now. But there's like certain times when I'm like, oh, I can tell if I just go do my 15-minute set that I know works, it's gonna slap.
Yeah, yeah.
And while that's fun, it's more fun to like go off the dome and still be funny.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. That was an unnecessary rant to the beginning of this episode. I had to look up the term war of attrition this morning.
Okay, and what is it? What would you find?
It's like it's a military technique, stratagem, if you will.
Okay.
That it's like you wear down the other side's resources and morale.
Oh.
And yeah, it's like it's over long term.
Okay.
So it's like
that seems a little bit. That's more like sinister.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I'm not. That's why I said I kind of went into that whole like mindset thing, is because I'm not like letting it bring my morale down. I think was like the big thing.
Okay.
Like I'm still getting my resources, still getting that money, honey. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still like, I feel like I'm still being myself.
Yeah.
And I'm really focused on maintaining that.
Good.
Should we just cut this part out of the podcast?
No. I mean, I'm fine with leaving it in. Like you said, it's a very vulnerable moment.
Yeah. But I am feeling a little better.
Good.
If I can just get rid of this foot thing, my back pain is receding. I feel like such a dirtbag.
Why?
Because I'm just like, gout and back pain and fucking a rash on my head. I'm just a filthy animal. That's all I feel. Just filthy, disgusting, poor diet, doesn't know how to take care of himself animal.
I mean, the last 2 parts.
Hey, right? So thank you for validating it.
You're not a dirtbag, though.
Anyway, How have you been?
It's a hard act. That's a hard act to follow. I've been all right. It's been unseasonably hot, and
Oh, yeah.
it's been bittersweet in the sense that like, ooh, I love that it's this already, and sunshine makes me want to be outside and be more active, but then it's like, ooh, but this means that the world is on fire. Like, it should not be summer degrees weather in
Literally
winter.
100 degrees.
Yeah.
On
So it's like,
Thursday, I think. Yeah, it was.
And then of course, then it makes me think, I'm like, if we're here in March, what is the summer going to be like?
Yeah, but then what'll happen is it'll be like a super mild summer. And it'll be like,
I mean,
like last year, it didn't really get that hot.
Temperature wise, it didn't get hot, but we had a lot more humidity than we
Sure.
should have last. So it's, yeah, just environmental changes kind of makes me sad about it, but I'm enjoying not being cold. So there's that.
Believe it or not, I have been too.
Yeah.
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 Especially like with a new job, it's just always in a cold building.
Yeah.
So when I
yeah.
walk out and
You
it's
can
like
just thaw up,
95,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, this actually feels really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And I've never been that person.
Yeah.
But goddamn, those buildings are cold.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's crazy.
So yeah, I had to dig ye old sandals out early because my feet were hot, and I was like, we're in wintertime, I'm wearing sandals. I mean, what more Californian thing is that than
Yeah.
that?
I realize working in an office setting now, while women have like, I think overall like higher standards when it comes to like dress and like how like presentation, especially like hair and makeup and all that shit. But like when it comes to like what you can wear for like clothes, y'all have way broader options than we do. Broader, no pun intended. But you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because you could do pants, you could do skirts, you could do dresses, you can do sundress, you could do short. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
different lengths.
Yeah.
You can do.
We can wear sandals, y'all can't. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like and head stuff. Like you can wear like stuff on your head. I can't
Yeah.
wear a fucking
Yeah. I
crown
mean,
or whatever. Like, yeah, but,
I mean, if it was like a cultural thing, like, I mean, I'm sure like Middle
I
Eastern
am
people,
kingdom.
yeah, like Middle Eastern people can wear their things or whatever.
If I found out, how is this piece of plastic on me? This is so weird. If I found out that like I had like royal blood, like my ancestor was like an Irish king or some shit, do you think I'd be able to wear it? I'm like, this is part of my ancestry.
I don't know. I mean, you might be able to make a case for it because it would be questioned, but I don't know.
Turn it down for sure. Like you're white, you don't get to celebrate your royalty, dude.
But yeah, I've considered that before. Like, dang, dudes just have pants and varying sleeve length
dress
shirts.
Yeah, polo dress shirts. Even if you had like a 3/4 length, I think they'd be like,
No, they wouldn't.
But it's like it still has to have a collar,
It
which
still
would
has
look
color,
weird.
Yeah. Well,
So-
and you know what? A part of me is like, on the surface, it's like, oh, that sucks for men. But I'm like, the amount of extra benefits
yeah.
y'all get just having a penis, nah, let us have this one.
Yeah, no, for sure. But there are times when I'm like, I wish I like could wear like more of like a looser like top, more blousey, like. I guess technically you can, especially
Yeah.
in today's day and age, bro.
I mean, yeah, just
I
as long
can-
as it doesn't
I
wax
could-
into
I could
sloppy,
wear a
but yeah.
kilt to work. I
mean,
think.
that's a cultural thing you might be able to get away with.
If I ever get to the point where I'm willing to push it with this job, that's where I'm gonna.
So be off of probation first. No.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I think a kilt you could get away with as long as it's presented well and like your balls and dick aren't visible like while you're sitting. You know.
Oh my god.
I think
Probably.
I think you'd be fine.
Yeah, if it was tastefully done. Yeah, for sure.
Especially if you're of Irish descent.
Yeah, for sure. Wait, Scottish?
Scottish? Irish?
I think Scotland is the land of the kilts.
Yeah, but in America, it's like you could just be like, I'm Irish, and they'd be like, okay, that's.
no, because then
They
somebody's
would-
gonna
they
be
would
like,
not fact
they're
check.
gonna be
No,
like,
no, 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 no.
I watch Outlander. It's Scotland.
No.
It's Scotland.
And then I would be like, well, technically they both did it if you really look into the history. Of those things.
It's
You don't know.
Scotland.
How do
It's
you know?
Scotland.
Oh, you're
I
telling me-
watch
You're telling
Outlander.
me what my culture actually
I'm just saying you
celebrates?
might get pushback
How
now.
dare you?
but
How dare you
pre-
tell me what my culture is in the way of celebration when you're not a part of it? How would you feel if I told you how to celebrate Kwanzaa? You know?
I'm just saying,
what I would do.
pre-popularity of Outlander and even pre-smartphone where information is readily, you might be able to slip that past. But I mean, you might get a few questions now is all I'm saying.
I feel like my mic's low.
Huh?
I feel like my mic's low.
Uh-oh, you gonna blow up my eardrums?
No. I just feel like I'm a little low.
I had an interesting, I don't know if it was this week or last week, an interesting interaction with a stranger that made me question what is the normal or universally accepted mode of conduct when walking on a path in one direction. Well, it's a multi-directional path, let's just say this, like a sidewalk.
Sidewalk. Okay, yeah.
So if you are walking on a sidewalk and you see a person ahead coming towards you, which side do you gravitate towards?
The right.
And why do you do that?
Because that's how you do it when you're driving on the road.
Exactly. So, I like to walk on my brakes. And across the street from where I work is a park. So I do like 2 laps around the block of the park. And because I tend to walk within relatively the same time every day, I see the same people. And, there's community members, elderly people, whatever, just a variety of people that like to go work out there. And there are repeats. So I'm in my zone. I don't know if I was recording a thoughts on a walk or just listening to music or just enjoying it, whatever. I'm on my path and up ahead, I see, because I'm approaching a corner and I see this older lady kind of around the corner. And so we're, again, opposite directions. And I've seen this lady daily like this. She's not new. I'm not new to her. Mm-hmm. She's kind of stern looking. She's short, always has glasses, and she always looks, she's glowering at me. That's why I remember her, but I don't know if she remembers me. But anyway, so I'm walking, and again, I stay to the right, because like you said, that's kind of how you do with driving. And as she's approaching, the gap is closing, she's on her left, so coming right towards me. And there's nobody else. Like, there's all the room to my left. There's no other people that she has to dodge. So we're closing. We're less than 3 feet apart. And in my head, I'm like, she ain't moving.
3 feet?
Yeah, like just outside arms. I was like, she ain't moving. So in my mind, when in a situation like that, I'm not going to keep on moving because I don't want the perception of, oh, she hit me or she knocked me over. So I stop.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like this lady's distracted down on her phone and look, it's like, oh, well, whatever. She's not distracted. She has to see me. So I stop, and I guess she all this time is expecting me to dive off to my left. And so what she does awkwardly, instead of, I don't know, going to my left where there's more sidewalk, she dives off into the planter and off the sidewalk. So, I'm walking, and of course, I'm approaching the corner where she just rounded it. And I'm thinking, I was like, this is like one of them Reddit, am I the asshole here? Like, I was really thinking about that for a while. And then
I would genuinely be like, did I just hallucinate that?
Yeah.
Seriously, did anybody else see that?
And no joke and no lie, after that happened, I literally turned around. I was like, she did exist, right? Like, I didn't. Yeah. So
I know that feeling of especially sometimes I'm really high, and something some weird shit like that'll happen. I'm like, did that actually just happen? Yeah. Or am I just really high?
So for a while, I'm replaying that whole scenario again. Like, am I an asshole? And then it's like, oh, this lady's a regular walker. And I was only on lap 1. I'm like, I'm going to encounter this lady again in a few minutes. And I'm like, ooh, what's going to happen now? So, and again, am I the asshole / warring with my pride? Like, I'm not moving. Like, I was in the, whatever. So again, I see her because I remember she had on a pinkish kind of shirt. So I'm looking in the distance. I'm like, where's that pink shirt? Where's that pink? Oh, okay. What we gonna do? Like, get a game plan. So.
And she's like, where's that tall black lady that wouldn't fucking move for me?
So I'm like, we both have on sunglasses, so we can't actually make eye contact.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm just going to act like
it never
I've
happened.
always done and stay on my right. And again, in the course of this, I've passed several people. I'm sure she's passed the same people. I'm looking in the distance to see like when she encounters people, what does she do?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm sure she can see me in the distance to see what I'm doing. So as we close again,
What is she doing for other people?
So one party she passed was with a dog with a leash.
Uh-huh.
And there was kind of like a shall we dance moment to get around the dog, and she did stay on her left. But then like other people, she kind of snaked and went to the right. So there's nothing definitive. But again, I've encountered this lady gazillion times before. It's always been, she wants to walk the opposite. We've always stayed on her respective side. I don't know what happened with her today, this particular day. Anyway.
I was gonna say she must be foreign, but if that's the case,
no.
So
So
like if you're like from like Spain and you're like walking on the left and you're like, why the fuck? Oh, I'm in America. That's right. Like that makes sense to me.
this is not the case. She's been here at least a year. I've been seeing this lady.
Oh, I want to tell you about this idea I have regarding visiting other countries, but carry on for now.
Okay.
But
So
remind me.
as we're approaching, I've decided I'm going to stay on my right side. And she went to her right. We passed. I actually cut my eyes at her to see if she's going to mumble or say something, and she didn't. But it's like, I don't know. That was so weird to me.
That's very weird.
And like when I walk, there are some, you sometimes encounter people that, other workers on their breaks or whatever. It's like 2 or 3 of them. And, they'll take up the width of the sidewalk, which kind of pisses me off. But most of the time when people will move, like one of them will go behind the other and stay on the side, which is fine. I think that's how it should be.
Yeah.
But occasionally
They don't.
you come up to a group of 2 or 3 and they act like they're going to own the sidewalk. And I just stop because I'm like, well, one of y'all going to move. I'm not getting off in the dirt so y'all can
Right.
be considerate,
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. Do you feel like I was the asshole with the elder lady?
No.
Because then also after the first encounter, I was like, ooh, part of my am I the asshole? It's like, oh, well, she was kind. I mean, she wasn't old, but I mean, she was like, maybe old enough to be my mom. But
yeah, but
it was like, ooh, should I have deferred to my elders? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
That's bullshit. That's first of all, that's not your elder. That's an elder. That's different. Those are different things.
Still.
I hate that when it's like some random old person and they're like, respect your elders. I'm like, bitch, you're not my elder. You are an elder. That's different.
No,
I don't have to respect you. That means like ancestors. That's what that
no,
means.
I disagree.
Yes, that's
For
exactly
me,
what that means.
that's not how I mean, in certain situations, yes, I will defer / extend grace for elder. For instance, if I encountered 2 people on a walker or on a wheelchair in that situation, take up the side, I might have been like, all right, like I know it's hard for you to be out here moving. I'll step off to the side.
But if you're being a cunt, you're being a cunt.
Yeah.
I don't care how old you are.
And that's the thing. It's like there are certain situations where I will like, okay.
Sure, for sure.
But I'm like,
that's a social grace.
If there's a reasonable expectation that we can both be respectful of each other's existence, I'm going to assume we're going to do that. And if you don't, then now I think you're an asshole.
Yeah. But if you're just straight up being an ass and your reasoning is respect your elders, and you're not like related to me, even if you are, I'm at this point in my life, I'm going to be like,
Again, for me, it's situational. I don't do it across the board, but I also don't not do it across the board.
I have an aunt.
Oh gosh.
I have an aunt. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think listens to the podcast.
You hope not.
And this has been through my whole life. It's been like this. Mm-hmm. As soon as like we get in the same area, it's like, William, do this. William, do that. Do this for me. Take my dog out to go bathroom.
Oh, I already know which one it is. Okay.
I know. And when I was younger, it was like, okay,
yeah,
all right. I don't want to, but I will because I respect my elders. Now, especially we literally, when I went home recently, came in with like a dog that was like my cousin's that she was taking care of. Mm-hmm. And she was like, take this dog out to the bathroom. And I was like, no, like that's your dog. That's your responsibility. I'm not doing no, I'm just not doing it. No. So and it's just like an age thing, and it's an understanding.
Well, to be fair,
we're both adults.
Did she say, "Would you mind" or "Could you"? She was just like,
"No,
do it."
Yeah, I was like, "Nah, go fuck yourself." Absolutely not. Like we're both adults now. Mm-hmm. You don't get to boss me around. I'm 34 goddamn years old. You don't get to boss me around like I'm 12 anymore. It's crazy.
That's fair.
It's crazy, and my dad loves it.
Loves what?
That I tell her off.
Oh.
He fucking loves it. He thinks it's so funny.
Oh my god.
He tells me straight up, like after they leave, he's like, I think it's so funny how the way that you tell her no. Because I'm straight, because it is factual. It's like, this is your responsibility. Don't make me take on your responsibility.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's different if it's like, hey, will you help me like carry stuff in? All right, cool.
Well,
but,
that's
go
to
walk
me.
my
To me,
dogs,
a
like,
demand
no.
versus a request are miles apart. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
she said, "Would you mind helping me out in doing this?" Or
she never,
could you?
She never will. She never did.
And it's like, and then if you responded like, "Well, no," I'd be like, you were kind of the asshole.
No,
then.
no, that's different. It's totally yeah. So
I get that. Yeah.
So it's like if you're not being, it's like I don't care if you're old or not. It's like if you're not presenting it the right way, then I don't. No,
That's fair. That's fair.
we're all on the level playing field.
Yeah.
And in fact, since you're so old and experienced, you should know by now how to act. Like, right? I mean, I know like you might be losing it, but it's like at this point, you should be able to like you should know social cues. And if you're losing it, you shouldn't be out. How
Or
about
I mean,
that?
at the very least, it's like, I mean, she could have just sweetened up the request and probably been met with with success. You know,
Yeah.
my grandparents or my grandmother rather had this saying like, "Better to charm flies with honey than with vinegar." Like, it not calling you a fly, but it's like sometimes it's in the way you ask it
Yeah.
that can smooth the pathway to get what you need in the moment. Like
Yes.
if you come off crazy a la vinegar, yeah, you might get a equally vinegaristic response. You know.
Yep. So yeah, I don't think you're the asshole. I think if you would have like kept walking and bumped into
And
her,
that's
for
why,
sure,
and
that would have been rude.
that's why I stopped because,
Yeah,
and
that's-
that was a lesson. I mean, my mom taught me like long time ago. I feel like I was maybe a teenager and maybe in a mall or something. I don't remember exactly, but it was a situation where like maybe like a group of people or people taking up more space than they should have in a walking situation, and she saw me pretty much go out of my way to get out of their way, and she was like, no. She's basically like, don't make, and I think they were white people,
Yeah,
and
don't
she
make
was like,
concessions to them.
be reasonable,
Yeah.
but don't go out of your way to get out of somebody else's way. You have as much right to take up space as they do.
Hell
She
yeah.
was like, if they look like they ain't gonna move, stop. And I've carried that lesson with me because again, if you keep walking, you could be seen as the asshole and
Yeah.
like physically entering this. No, I'm just gonna stop. If you want to collide with me, okay, do that, and we'll deal with
Generally-
those consequences. But
Generally, I'm taking up as little space as possible. I'm thinking like in a mall or something, you know, where you're like, I'm like up against the wall walking. And if like there are people walking that start to impede my space, I'm like, yo, come on. There's
stop.
so much space.
Then stop.
Well, usually they'll get like close and I'll do one of these, you know,
see, and I won't
I'll
do
do
that
one of
anymore.
those. But like close enough to where it's like, we almost bumped. And also like, I know you can feel how big I am. It's like, dog, I could have just shoulder checked you into tomorrow.
Well, and
And
see,
it's
I
like-
know. I mean, I'm
so-
not, and, unless it's a child, I'm not
But-
big enough to shoulder to body check anybody. I'll stop. I'll make you run into me,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's definitely like a cultural mentality. Yeah. I don't know. I want people to know like I'm aware that you're in my space and I'll move out of the way, but I want you to know I had the choice to not. And it
That's
could
fair.
have gone very differently. I'm a very big person.
Yes.
I'm coming to find I'm a big dude. It's like I know I've had this whole life, but like there's a guy in my like work training class who's like 6'5".
Oh damn.
And I was like standing behind him one day and he like turned around and he was like, "Whoa, big guy." And I was like, "You're 6'5". Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But it's like I'm still like a large presence.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm still like a big dude. So
Well, I think for me, just, and it could be just my perception. I can't know for sure what anybody else is thinking because I'm small. I mean, I'm tall, but I'm small. I think I perceive, I project, I assume that the expectation for other people that are bigger than me is like, oh, you're small, you can move. And it's like, no.
see, I'm the opposite. I'm like, I know I'm in the way. So it doesn't matter where I am. I always feel like I'm in the way. Like
Really?
if I'm standing, if it's not like like a designated, like you're supposed to be standing. Even like you know when we're in Disney and they like funnel you into like the square rooms where they're gonna
I
funnel
always went
you
to the
in.
wall.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I'm like, it doesn't matter where I'm standing. I'm like, I'm in the way. I'm always in the way. It doesn't matter. I'm just in the way.
Right.
I'm trying to think of another situation where it's like really common. Even like if you're just at like a party and you're just like standing. I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, speaking of which, that's going to bring me to a thing about your show last night. Okay. Sorry.
But it's like that. It's that thing of like, it doesn't matter where I am. I feel like if I'm not like sitting on a couch, even then I'm like, somebody else could be sitting here. You know, I'm just like, I'm always in the way. Like I'm in a doorway. If someone has to be like, excuse me, I'm like, fuck, I'm in the way.
Okay, that's
you know,
fair.
like I hate that because I know that I'm a big guy.
Right.
I don't want my bigness to get in the way.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I guess for me, I just feel like in general, like if there's a reasonable way to people or two or more people in this space, I'm going to extend you the courtesy and stay to one side. I'm not going to just stay down to the center of the sidewalk in this scenario. But I'm like, I feel like it's reasonable for me to expect you to do the same thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I feel like with this lady, I'm like, oh, you're just expecting me to move out of your way just because you want to walk on your left. And I'm like, I don't feel like that's reasonable in this situation. No. So you're going back to, you talking about like when you're a big guy, you feel like you're in the way. Going back to my tall thing, I'm always very, well, and I also have long arms. So in small spaces, I always try to make sure like because I don't know, I just feel like if I flail out, then now I'm taking, yards with the space. But anyway, because I'm tall, I am always extra self-aware and try to be cognizant if I'm blocking somebody's view.
Oh yeah.
And again, in a standing situation, I will automatically gravitate towards the back. If it's something that needs to be seen and I'm like, well, sorry, the shorty behind me can't see shit. So let me, So yesterday at your show, I know we were kind of sitting like in the back or whatever, but it was bothering me a little bit. Like where that little front desk-ish area was. And then there was, just beyond that, there was like tables and stuff. There were a group of people that wanted to stand like right there, which was in my direct sight line to the stage. And it wouldn't have bothered me if there were no more seats left, but I could see that there were still empty seats. And the fact I would have given them grace if they didn't see that I was sitting there. But every single one of them motherfuckers saw me sitting there, made eye contact at some point, and then continued to stand there. And I was like, you're a douchebag. It was not so tight a room that they had to stand there.
No, but they probably saw you with me/us.
Yeah, and I took account for that, but it wasn't like I wasn't even paying attention to the show. They saw me like actively engaged. I'm like, you have to stand right there when there's seats.
I mean,
especially cowboy Lionel Richie. He at some point he did turn and see me and then move, but then there was like a shorter Asian man, and then there was a couple that came, and I'm like, I made eye contact with you, and they turned around at some point, and I'm sitting here, look, with my head like, and they looked at me and went right on. I was like, okay. See, that's another one of them things where I try to know that my height can be an obstruction and try not to block people, and they don't have.
You were sitting in a low ass seat, way in the back, not really in the show area. If you can see that there are seats, then you can go find a place.
True, but so could they. In the same situation, if the situation was reversed, if I saw somebody sitting there, I would have tried my hardest to stand somewhere else.
I don't know. If I see someone sitting in a really low chair in the back of a room, I'm kind of like, you've kind of conceded your ability to see the show.
I don't know.
Sorry,
about that.
but I'm sorry. I can't agree with you on this one.
I don't know about that.
You could have stood up. You could have gone and got a different seat if you really wanted to see.
I mean, sure, I will agree with you there, but it wasn't like they didn't have an option to sit down or stand somewhere else. I would have no complaint if it was a packed house.
So their ability to make a decision trumps your ability to make a decision?
Their ability to make a decision trumps mine.
So because you both had a decision to make.
For sure.
So why does theirs supersede yours?
It doesn't, in the sense of it's just acknowledging that there was a solution that we both could have been happy with.
Maybe.
And I guess technically me too, chose not to choose it. But I'm like, neither one of us would have had to be an inconvenience. There were options, and they chose the inconvenience. That's the part that kind of irritated me. But anyway, I digress.
Nitpicky this week,
I know.
huh?
I got some shit to get off my chest.
Yeah. I remember that I said earlier about visiting
travel.
foreign countries.
Mm-hmm.
When we go to a foreign country, I think I want to try their cigarettes.
Why?
Like I just smoke cigarettes while I'm there.
Why?
Because I don't know, just to do it.
Why?
Because it seems like a European thing to do. Or like, I don't know, like I'm thinking like, yo, you know those like, I don't know what they're called, but like the little like cabanas or whatever that are like on the water that like have the dot, they like walk out.
Okay.
You ever seen those
Yeah.
like pictures of them? I
Yeah.
don't know if they're real. But, like that seems cool.
Yeah.
But all I can think is like, what am I gonna do there? If you're there for a week, say, what are you gonna do?
I mean,
Every day you're just gonna sit in the sun, go swimming, and
are
sleep?
you far from civilization where you can't go
I
anywhere?
don't. That's what I don't know.
Oh.
But it's like you're in the you're on the water, so it's like you at least have to walk onto the land for
I mean,
anything.
presumably
And then
somebody who
there's
would
a beach.
find that an ideal accommodation presumably want to have a peaceful, quiet, unplugged time.
Right.
Okay.
And so I would want to smoke a cigarette while I'm on the deck with my feet in the water, just fucking flicking the ashes in the ocean.
I guess I'm trying to understand what about that setting makes you want to smoke a cigarette.
I don't know. It just sounds so cool.
Oh my god.
It sounds fun. I don't know. It just sounds like I'll be bored. I won't be able to take marijuana with me. That's a fact. It probably won't be over there, so I'm going to need to do something. I want to smoke something. And I feel like you can get more, like less,
additives.
yeah, in other countries. So I can just like smoke like just tobacco.
It's fair.
And it'll have like a cool package that has like a foreign language on it. You know, it'll just be cool. I don't know. There's just like a lot to it that just seems cool.
Huh. Interesting. All right.
I'll probably do like, I'll take one up. Like, I'm never doing this again.
If you've never smoked, I guarantee that first time is not going to be pleasant.
So yeah, I don't know. It just seems like, I don't know. It was just a thought that I had, and it was like, that seems cool to like go to Myanmar and fucking buy like whatever cigarettes they have. You know,
Oh
it's
my
just like
gosh.
something that some 6-year-old boy like hand rolled and put in a package
Oh
and
my god.
hair dried the cellophane around it. You know.
Oh my gosh, you've thought about this in great detail.
I don't know. It just seems adventurous and fun.
I guess.
And I feel like it's a common thing still in other countries.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah? I don't know.
As far as smoking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to fit in. You know, dude, it's better to go to France, sit at a cafe in the morning, have a freaking whatever they drink in the tea.
Cafe au lait.
Cafe au lait? What's that?
Coffee with milk.
Oh, they drink coffee in France?
Yes.
But didn't the English get the tea from the French?
No.
Where did they get? Oh.
Asia?
So confused.
No, they didn't get it from France.
All right. So you're in France and you're drinking Cafe La
Ole.
Vous? What? Cafe au lait?
Yes.
Cafe au lait? with a cigarette, dude, on the streets with the cobblestones and the fucking Eiffel Towers in the background? Tell me a cigarette doesn't fit into that scenario. And it's a little overcast?
I mean,
are you fucking kidding me? Maybe it's sprinkling, but you're under the awning, you know, and it's just like a little drizzle and you're just fucking in a trench coat. That doesn't sound romantic to you?
The amount of detail that has gone into this setting is quite astonishing.
It's so noir.
Agreed.
You know?
Yeah.
That's
and a little accordion music playing in the background for good measure.
Fucking mime. Just fucking... That's what dude, that's in my head. That's what I want. And it sounds nice. 8:30 in the morning, a Parisian cafe. A Parisian cig? A Parisian mime? Parisian's a cool word.
Clearly.
I don't know, dude.
It does sound cool. Sans the cigarette, but it does sound cool.
Well, if you got like one of those holder things, like Rose from Titanic.
I would I'd put one of them bubblegum cigarettes in it and just be, yeah. Did you have those as a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And like
they were few and far between, but yeah.
Well, I only remember they could be I never saw them in like a liquor store or a convenience store where they sold candy, but they always seemed to be obtainable from like the ice cream man, which I didn't.
That's random.
I couldn't buy stuff, but like the friends would, and they would share. And those bubblegum cigarettes, they always had like a couple of puffs worth of like powder smoke.
Yep.
And I don't even have a memory of actually eating the gum. I just wanted them to like
100%. Yep. I'm trying to
I'm sure they don't sell it.
It would
now,
always
probably.
be at like weird, like outposty type places where it's like this is like a
stuff.
Native American reservation store kind of bullshit. Like that's what it would be.
And just given how our world is now, I doubt that they still make them because they're like, well, you don't want to glorify kids smoking, which is valid, but I mean,
100%. You can still get them.
I didn't want to smoke. Actually, grow up wanting to smoke cigarettes from using those, but it was fun nonetheless. So yeah.
So that's my fantasy.
A very detailed one, yes.
Ireland, dude, walking down, those streets, they're just like wined. And just like there's just like the stone buildings, just smoking a cigarette, looking at the scenes, dude. I don't know. It just seems like it'll just and you get you the nicotine in your system. It'll just like heighten your senses and just like taking everything, man.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
So, yeah.
So that's motivating me to get a passport so I can try other countries' cigarettes.
I mean, you should. It'll be easy for you. Your name hasn't changed or anything. Easy breezy.
Yeah. I'm sure my mom will be super happy to hear this episode.
That you want to get a
passport just to go smoke cigarettes.
Oh, you mean that sarcastically.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into a couple topics here.
All right.
Boy, do we have some strange ones.
Mm-hmm.
You want to start with the... I know what... The Oscars were last week.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that you watch the Oscars the way I watch sports. Dude, I was in here playing a game and you were in the TV room watching sports or watching Oscars. And every once in a while I would hear, "Oh, come on!" Or, "Let's fucking go!" Just like me. And literally the same tone of voice in the way that you make fun of me watching sports. That clip, I think we made a clip of it, right?
Yes.
That clip that we made, that is exactly how you sound watching the Oscars. It was wild.
I can neither confirm nor deny that. But yes, these past Oscars were quite the quite the roller coaster.
Yeah. Yeah, audible roller coaster. You say this is exactly how you sound when we go on Space Mountain.
What do you mean? Like screaming?
Yeah.
I didn't scream like that. But yeah, so
Space Mountain you did.
Vid or it didn't happen. Audio or it didn't happen.
Next time I will, even though it's prohibited by Disney.
So there were Sinners did get 4. of their 16.
That's pretty. Oh. I was gonna say 4 is pretty good, but
And the 4 that they got were well deserved. I mean, I think they deserved a couple more. I think Delroy Lindo and Coogler as director and or best picture, they definitely should have gotten those. A few of the other ones I was like, I'm okay with them not winning that one. But I loved how much they rubbed Timothy Chalamet's nose in his very ill-advised comments about opera and ballet. Conan took shots at him.
Wait, what?
So Timothy Chalamet, I thought I told you about this. So I don't know, about a couple weeks or so before the Oscars, he was being interviewed, I think, by Matthew McConaughey on a podcast or a show or some kind. And he said something to the effect of like, I don't want to be part of any kind of art form that people have to be begged to support, like opera and ballet. Who still goes to those or whatever? Baby, when I tell you the whole internet united in a post a day after 9/11 kind of way and came for that man, to the point where like,
fuck y'all. My motherfucker can't have an opinion.
He can. But I mean, the level of petty, like
he ain't wrong.
No,
he ain't wrong.
That is not an art form that people have to be begged to support. People
opera,
but just because you don't do it,
even theater. The fact that they have to send you shit to go to the theater.
Send you shit.
Like they send you the flyers, and we're like, oh look, they have X, Y, and Z. Let's go to that. They don't have to do that for movies.
Yeah, because there's commercials.
Exactly.
No.
So like yeah. I get what he's saying. It's a funny thing to say.
Well, and it's like
it is funny. It is a dick move, but it's funny, and he's not entirely wrong.
No,
I don't think he's entirely wrong.
First of all, yes, everybody's allowed an opinion, and I don't begrudge him having an opinion. However, as somebody who is part of an art form, he's an actor or whatever, don't shit on somebody else's art.
True. Yes.
Because
I agree with
if
that.
anything, people are movie houses. We hear about them all the time about statistics. Nobody wants to go to the movies anymore. They want to sit at home. So if anybody should be worried about his art form being in danger, it should be him.
I mean, you say that, but they keep making movies, and
yeah, and how often do we hear like the budgets don't match the returns simply because people are not going to the movies anymore? They would rather wait until it comes on the streaming service where they already are paying for it and watch it.
Right, which means. Yeah, those studios aren't making their money back on like that opening weekend or like at the box office, but whatever they're selling it to fucking Netflix for or what, they're making that money back because they're making
sometimes
more. They have to.
Sometimes
they have to.
But I'm just saying, like overall movie consumption, probably because a good number of things, like just there's way more movies coming out because the turnaround can be quicker. There's shows, there's streaming, like just. By and large, people aren't watching or going to the movies as much because there's just too many choices. Like, it's just a statistics thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just thought it was very, like, dumb and uninformed of him to shit on an art form that's been around for, like, hundreds of years for that shows data that is declining. But okay. But anyway, my point is...
Still funny.
All opera houses, ballet, like they were, if they had a discount code, they were using Timothy or Chalamet as it.
But also, point in case, you need a disc, dude. The irony,
everything has discount codes at some point.
But the irony is palpable. That is hilarious to you to be like. Do you get it? Do you see the irony?
Sure. For sure.
You can't write comedy like that.
I
that
just
is
feel like
hilarious.
I just feel like ballet and opera.
We don't need to beg people to come. Here's a discount code to make you.
I feel like in 100 years from now, ballet and opera will still be out here, and movies debatably might be. I'm just saying.
I suppose I don't know. Like those opera and ballet are like those like traditional things that I don't know, man. Once our generations die off.
Here's the thing, though. Opera and ballet are, I don't want to say pure form of art form, because then that begs the question of what determines a pure form of art form. They're a form of art that's like painting or that don't require technology. Like that. And that's why it's sustained for so long. Movies, things, they hinge on technology, which as we see in our lifetime is constantly evolving. Stuff comes in and goes out. nothing about making ballet or opera is ever going to go out. It has that sustainability factor as it's proven through hundreds of years.
But that doesn't mean people are going to continue to be interested in it.
I mean, we'll never know. I mean, that's for the future. I'm just saying, I feel like there's a greater chance that that's going to be sustainable over something that moves and evolves potentially, and it's dependent on technology.
Not once you get to a point where everybody that's alive is used to consistent technology that's always working.
Wait, say that again?
There's gonna come a time when people, all they know is technology. They're not even gonna think like, oh, I can be entertained by something that's not on a screen or not generated by a computer.
So all live theater arts are just gonna die away?
Yeah, I think so. In due time. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Given enough time. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we won't be alive to know, but I disagree that it will be. I think those pure, again, I'm using that term loosely.
It'll dwindle over time.
What about painting?
Yeah. When was the last time we had a painting that was like universally revered as like a classic?
But that doesn't
Picasso?
necessarily make it art. There's the art. I mean, something to be said for there is art also in the doing it as well as the digesting it, partaking in it.
But I think like with art forms like your classic, I don't know what, higher art forms.
Okay.
I think like the pieces, the famous things aren't recent.
Right.
It's like Nutcracker. It's like fucking 500 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I think given enough generations, it's just going to dwindle. Like the interest is going to dwindle because you have, like you said, so many other things over here that are way easier to access. Fewer and fewer people are interested in like theater and opera, I think, every generation. It's just how the world is evolving now.
I don't know. I just feel like those timeless arts, that's probably the better way to describe it. Those things that have survived the test of time and changing technology, I think have a better chance of lasting than your more modern quote unquote arts.
As long as you have people that experienced
or exposed
a time when technology wasn't the main contributor to entertainment.
Well, and you
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then factoring in the price point to engage with it. Like, obviously, it's cheaper to buy a movie ticket than, say, like a theater ticket or whatever.
Right.
But, and, depending on where you are on the socioeconomic ladder, determines, or your exposure, did somebody introduce you to ballet or theater or whatever? Like, the price point is higher to be able to partake. So maybe something needs to be said about the access point of it, but I think it's unfair and very short-sighted of him to be like, that's not really art. Who cares about those things?
I don't think he didn't say it wasn't art. He just said he didn't want to do it.
Or then he's
basically he's like, I don't want to be poor.
Well, he said something like nobody cares about those things, or like he did have there was an element of his comment like that, and it's just like But anyway, back to the Oscars.
I like him more and more the more I hear about dude. It's funny, man. It's funny.
It is funny, but I mean, every actions have consequences, and he very much saw he very much got
opinion. He doesn't like ballet. He doesn't like opera.
And that's fine. If he said that would be perfectly fine. Nobody would have drugged him over just saying, I don't like it.
But at the same time, it's like, he's in the industry. Who would better know what is popular? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to know what's most popular?
Some little snot-nosed 20-year-old?
Somebody that's been acting for 10 years or whatever in Hollywood. He knows more about the industry than you or fucking me do.
Fair, but so, he clearly don't know about ballet and opera.
But that's what I'm saying. He must have more of an insight because he's connected to agents and managers and people that just talk about shit like that.
But he wasn't espousing an opinion about movies. He was espousing an opinion about something that he clearly knew nothing about.
But I'm saying he must have more insight than the average person because of being in like Hollywood and show business in general.
Nah.
Okay. I mean, that's just how the world works.
I'll give him a pass about the music, the movie industry. Yeah, 100%. That is his industry.
It's adjacent. It's right there. It's Hollywood. It's all right there. Like, people are they're gonna talk. They're more likely to hear rumors and gossip and just because they're in that circle, and they know more than we do, whether like we want to admit it or not. They just do because they're in it. Mm-hmm. You know more about your job than everybody else because you're in it, and
right,
but you know more about your adjacent work, like offices and stuff, than the average person does because you're closer to it. You know more about it. You might not know everything, but you have more insight than the average Joe that has no connection to it.
I mean, it generally, yes. I just don't.
It would have
nothing about the context of his comment to me showed he knew about what goes on in the opera and theater world. Or opera and ballet world.
It would have been way funnier if he was just like, I hate opera and ballet. It just sucks. I would never do that. That would have been
honestly, if he said that, nobody would have cared. Nobody would have come from him because it's like, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. But shit on like, oh, you have to beg people to, nobody cares about those. It's like, I don't know. But anyway, back to my original point. The Oscars drug him for that. I
think he's wrong.
No, okay. The Oscars drug him for that. At every turn, even to the point
just
of like
they want to seem better than him, but they're actually not. Like they have other things that they're cunty about too. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're taking shots at him, but they're definitely as douchey in other aspects. Like,
I don't disagree, but like, I mean, Oscars, especially the host is known for roasting people. So
yeah.
So like I'm saying, there are a lot of shots taken at him for that. Even like Sinners is, the best score song performance. Misty Copeland, who is recently retired African-American ballerina. She just literally, like, after she retired, the performance where her final performance, she had fallen off of a stage or gotten too close to the edge and she broke her hip.
Okay.
And this was in like December. She's recovering from like major hip surgery. She came out of retirement. It was asked to perform within the I Lied to You, the surreal montage in Sinners.
Okay.
Where it shows like the history of different music forms and so she was asked to perform a ballet part within that like montage presentation that they did on stage, and he's sitting right in front and just the layers of she made a point to pirouette and stuff, right? It was just perfect, but. So I'm just saying.
She can do all she wants. Ballet sucks.
Why does it suck?
Because it's boring. It's people twirling around.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Fucking stupid, dude. I would go see the Nutcracker solely to make fun of it.
Oh my gosh.
That would be the only
Don't get me started on what I would think about sports stuff, but
Oh, I've been hearing it. It's spring training, winter training.
I mean, that's not even about the sport itself. It's just bad labeling. But anyway, but my point is, even though just like you and I have different opinions about ballet or opera or sports or whatever, at no point am I like, nobody cares about sports.
Well, I mean, that's just factually inaccurate, though.
Or trying to poo-poo sports as a lesser form of whatever simply because I don't like it. It's just like, I don't like it. That doesn't make it less important to other people.
Again, like, he's not wrong.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
the problem. He's not entirely wrong.
No.
He's not, but it's
based on
fine.
what facts?
It's fine. Because the majority of people, if you went, hey, have you ever been to an opera or a ballet? They would say no.
But the thing is, like,
generally speaking, nobody cares about
No,
those.
that's not. I'm acknowledging that the price point to engage is.
That has nothing to do with it.
It 100% has something to do with it. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I can guarantee you, most of the people that I hang out with, if I was like, if money was not an issue, would you go see it? Would you go to an opera or a ballet? They'd be like, probably not.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's an interest thing.
But at the same time, if say all things being equal, say the cost to go to a ballet or opera was the same as a movie ticket, probably more people would have been exposed to it earlier, and then it would be a more equal informed decision when if asked, hey, would you prefer this or that? It's like, oh, I've tried
Okay,
this, but most people haven't experienced it, so they're going to go towards what they know.
That's not the case.
I know, but I'm saying that's
he's not wrong.
That's an apples and oranges comparison.
The circumstances don't matter.
100% matters.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
You got to look at reality. You don't have to look at the what ifs.
So if I said, would you rather go to would you rather go see Book of Mormon or would you rather, what's some obscure random thing? Would you rather go see Mount Everest or do the Mount Everest climb?
Definitely Mount Everest.
Really?
Are you yeah, what are you talking about? I'm going to Nepal.
You wouldn't defer to what's familiar?
No. Not in that scenario. It's like I'm going to Nepal.
Or just
maybe I might die, but also I can just be like, I tried and I came back down. I can at least say I tried to climb Mount Everest. Okay,
but I guarantee most people would most likely defer to what's familiar. It's good that you would choose the Mount Everest or whatever, but most people aren't like that. They would defer to what's familiar. So yeah, if given a choice between this thing that I know I've enjoyed versus this obscure thing that I know nothing about, that nobody that I know has talked about, yeah, I'm going to go with what's familiar. That's all that represents. Because the price point is not equitable.
Okay, I agree with you. But the fact is, in reality, most people haven't been exposed to it.
Yeah.
Because whatever the circumstances leading up to it doesn't matter. The fact is, most people do not go to the opera or ballet or the theater.
Yeah, because it's expensive to go.
Okay, but that doesn't matter. Because the point is, most people don't care about those things. But he's not wrong. That's my point. In reality, it doesn't matter what the circumstances are. This is reality. And in reality, where we're at, most people could not care less about ballet, opera, or like theater, generally speaking.
And I would be willing to bet that the reason why that is because they had no exposure.
But that doesn't matter because I get it and I agree with you. But the reality is they didn't get the exposure.
Yeah.
And so this is the percentage of people that got the exposure. And that's what it is. Whether or not they had the money, they didn't get the exposure. So just accept that they didn't get the exposure. Okay. Most people don't care. Right? I mean, if you break it down like that, yes.
Yeah, if you isolated in this one small thing, yes.
If you're like, oh yeah, if these people had this access, if they had this money, if they were close to a theater, then more people. Yes, I agree with you. That's not the case, though.
But I don't. So, but for him to say like, or imply that it's a lesser art form because of those things you just named.
That's not what he said. You're putting those words in his mouth. He said, I would never want to do that because it's not popular, because I'm fucking rich. And I'm being seen by millions of people making hundreds of $1,000,000 to make Dune that sucked, and then Dune 2, which was awesome. Why would I stop? I get to kiss Zendaya multiple times. Why would I not?
Oh my God.
Why would I go do theater where maybe I have to show my dick to get some press coverage? Do you get what I'm saying? The only reason people knew Daniel Radcliffe was on stage is because he showed his cock.
That's the only reason people knew Daniel Radcliffe?
That's the only reson they knew he was doing a stage play after Harry Potter.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Nobody would have known about it. Especially in America, nobody would have known about it. If that wouldn't have been an article, it was like, hey, you can see Daniel Radcliffe's dick if you go to fucking Broadway in London or whatever the hell they do. I don't know.
Oh my God.
The what do they call it? The
West End.
Sure. That's not what I was going to do. Piccadilly. That's what I was going to That's what I was trying to reference. But
okay. I don't know.
We don't need topics.
Wait, let's talk about the Lion King thing, though.
Okay, we're already over an hour, but
I'll try and make it quick. So I don't know if you saw any of these videos before you started.
You showed me one. You showed me this one.
Okay, so the TLDR comedian Godfrey had this.
Which, by the way, if you've never seen Godfrey live, one of the single funniest
he's hilarious
I've ever seen. I saw him multiple times when I was working at the Improv, and every time I'd be standing off to the side, literally laughing in tears. every show.
I believe it.
Dude, he's so funny.
So he had this, I think he's a South African comedian on, and they were talking about The Lion King, you know, the opening song. And he basically was like, it just means here's a lion or blah, blah, blah. And which wasn't news to me. I think I'd read an article, I don't know, 20 years ago that was talking about the translation of that. So there's this. You can play that.
Listen to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zulu, that's South African.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do it.
Do it,
So
ready?
you sing it like Nansingonya Bagiti Baba.
You were way off.
Ingo
I didn't know there was a G in there. I thought it was a B.
Non-Singonia?
Yeah, I thought it was a
okay.
B.
Gonyama.
All right.
What does it mean?
It means, look, there's a lion. Oh my God.
You're joking. That is not what that means. That is not what that means.
That's exactly what it means.
That's
Okay.
It means, look, there's a lion.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, all right. I already know where this is going because I've been around religion enough to understand like how phrasing is in like religious like
Okay.
or not oration, like singing.
Okay.
Like if you just read it, the terms like "oh my God" are in there all the time.
Okay.
But it's more of like a praising in
Right,
a praising
right.
way. So it is funny what he said. The way he said it is funny.
Yeah, yeah. So again, when I saw this video a couple weeks ago, this was, you know, I know the captions like real translation Lion King thing. My whole childhood was a lie. Like I said, this was not news to me because I'd read articles a while ago that confirmed this, or like the liner notes or something.
What were they saying that the translation was before? Because that says like my childhood was a lie. So some people like they must have what they thought the translation was.
I interpreted it as I never knew that those were like lyrics that meant something kind of thing.
I mean, but there's like the play, like that's, I don't know their actual words. I assumed that it was a language.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what this person was thinking. Okay. So
all right.
anyway, to the next clip. So this is
Website never switched over. Whoopsies.
Uh-oh.
It don't matter.
So the question I
They get
posed
the
to
audio.
you, the video never came up on the other one? Oh, okay.
Oh, I just didn't
So,
switch the display.
they didn't see it. They just heard
Right,
it. Okay.
yeah.
So this is a new development. And before you press play, I posed the question, is this crossing a line, potentially causing some problematic gray areas for comedians? So now I can play it.
Learn More, who's a Zimbabwean comedian, you know, he's the America's Got Talent champion. He's won lots of awards. He is being sued by Lebo M, who is the composer of that song, Circle of Life. He's being sued for $27 million, which we don't know what for. I just found a really, really interesting video.
Here comes a lion, father. Oh yes, it's a lion.
Now, you know this whole Lion King thing, the interpretation of that, right? So, I happened to find a video of Seth Rogen and Billy, Billy on the street? I think it's Billy Eichen. So they're discussing the
Who's this
Lion
white
King
person?
and what that song means.
Here comes a lion. Oh yes, it's a lion. We're going to conquer a lion.
We're going to conquer a lion.
Yeah.
So they did it before us. So they're saying the same thing. Look, it's a lion, father. It's a lion. Oh my, so it's white people saying that it's just a lion. Same thing. And this is years before we did it. And then Seth Rogen sings the song like I did.
Here comes a lion.
That would
it's a
sound
lion.
really dumb.
We mentioned it's a lion.
He goes, look, it's a lion. You know what I mean? So why isn't he saying some about that? You never said, and this is years back. So wow. So I don't know about that 20.
How quickly did this escalate?
Like I said, that first video, it was like a couple weeks tops.
Good Lord.
And so, yeah, it's so, did you finish the video?
I don't know.
$27 million lawsuit. That's some bull. That's ridiculous.
This is too
because
long.
you interpret something, you're
Well, hold
suing
on.
for $27 million. So you guys, please watch this video. You let me know if this dude is being ridiculous. Look, it's a lion. Oh my God. So
Okay, let's end it. So, I mean, I didn't know he was a comedian when I saw that first video.
I mean, if you're on with Godfrey, you're not just some fucking random person.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying I didn't know like what his claim to fame was. My point.
Sure.
So, I didn't realize that if you misinterpret lyrics, that could put you on the hook for a lawsuit.
There's absolutely no way that lawsuit goes through. They're gonna.
I hope not.
They're gonna throw that out so fast.
Similarly to what Godfrey pointed out, why didn't Lebo M go after Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen? And do the lyrics mean that or not? Like, what is your point of contention here?
Yeah, like to say misrepresenting means like, yeah, you got it right, but that's not what it is supposed to mean. Because otherwise, he'd be like, they would just say like, those are not what that means. They would just deny that that's what that means. But to say that he misrepresented it means that you basically translated wrong, or not even translated wrong. You gleaned the wrong meaning from what's being said.
But is that I wouldn't say libelous, but that implies lying. But
no, he's being funny. That's why I said this has no feet, no legs.
I don't know. I guess I'm trying to understand why Lebo M is so out of joint about this. That's just so weird.
Any judge worth their weight will look at this and be like, "This is an obvious First Amendment, like cut and dry.
Yeah.
Get this out of my fucking office. Are you kidding me? That you're wasting my time, like with my time and resources, printing paper, using ink to print on paper with this bullshit. It's obviously covered by the First Amendment.
You would think. Yeah.
So like, you're fine. $27 million. Fuck out of here, dude.
Well, and it's like,
what is this, Canada?
A part of, I mean, I'm with you in thinking that, yeah, it should be thrown at a court. On the off chance that it's not, it's like,
I'm not worried
so about it. Are comedians just like, you got to stick to facts? Nah. And I mean, what's the fun in that?
I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it at all. But that's the thing. If that is factually what the translation is, if that is what it translates to, then even if it's not, even if he's just making a joke, who gives a shit?
I mean,
like, it doesn't matter.
let's just on the worst case scenario, let's say that it does have a different meaning.
Yeah.
And he said I don't know if the misrepresenting means like he pronounced the Swahili words wrong or the Zulu, but let's say again, worst case scenario, let's say he mistranslated and he instead of non-Singonia, he was like Bopsigonia or whatever. Like, is that still like?
No, First Amendment, dude.
Yeah,
it's First Amendment. It's entirely.
Because I mean, before, I'm trying to think, I can't remember when I actually saw the printed words. I can't tell you how many times singing the song, I made some shit up. Like, we all have made some lyrics up that we misheard or, whatever. Like, does that make us beholden to the composer? The fuck? Like,
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Because, like, even if it was like, let's just say this never happened. Mm-hmm. We were just talking about it. And I said, did you know that you're misrepresenting? Don't sue us, please. Did you know that means like, look at this stupid fucking lion. This dumb fucking cub is gonna run you all someday. Did you know that that's what that means? That's the equivalent. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
He was using the literal translation, saying it in a different tone. Mm-hmm. That was definitely not the intention of what was being. It's like, it's supposed to be a, look, there's like a new king. Mm-hmm. That's the lion. The lion represents the king, mm-hmm. right? Look, a new king is born. Thanks be to God. Mm-hmm. That's what it means. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was blocking your face from the camera there. But that's what it's supposed to represent. Mm-hmm. But for him to be like, oh, look, there's a lion. Oh my God. That's where the misrepresentation, that's what I was trying to say earlier.
Okay.
It's not about he got the translation wrong. It's about the way he was portraying it to all these people is incorrect. But it's like, it doesn't matter. It's just he's making a joke.
Yeah.
So, yeah, even if you weren't making a joke, even if you were, there are way worse misinformation things online than that.
For sure.
So, like, who cares, dude? Like, no. We're not worried about shit like this. Not at all. Unless, is that composer, are they both in Zimbabwe? Because then, okay, maybe
Even then,
laws are different.
Oh, okay. I see
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If they're
yeah.
both in Zimbabwe, I don't know who the composer is, but if that is the case and they're both Zimbabwean and they both live there, then I don't know their laws. They probably can do some stupid shit like that. But in America, in goddamn America, that shit ain't gonna fly, brother.
Well, I don't know whether it's misheard, misrepresented, missaid lyrics. If that's a legal offense, a legal issue, we all gonna have some.
Well, I mean, there's like parody laws that cover this too, right?
Which
like,
I mean, he clearly was. Well, at least in that context of that clip, I didn't see the whole interview. It didn't appear that was a parody.
No, but I guess what I'm saying is like there are plenty of laws that cover this,
100%.
this situation,
100%.
and like as comedians, we do not think twice about this stuff.
Yeah.
And I would say even if he does lose his lawsuit or like whatever, I would imagine there's going to be a pretty big pushback in the comedy community.
If the comedian loses,
yes,
okay.
yes, yes, big time, big time. Yeah, but I would imagine also if it goes to court, I would imagine there's going to be a lot of people financially backing him.
Backing who?
The comedian, the Zimbabwean, like
Okay.
Godfrey. I mean, all the anybody that has money that's a comedian should be helping this guy out if it goes to court. If it gets that far, which I don't think it will. Anyway. So we'll save these topics for next week. I think
none of them are like time sensitive.
Not at all.
All right.
All right. Thanks for listening. Yep.
Like, subscribe, share. Follow us on the things. I'm Eb_Nick.
And I am at Willie_D20.
And if you have topics or things you'd like us to discuss, feel free to email us at thickThinPod@gmail.com.
Yep. Find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/William_D20. Follow me on there. You'll get updates when I go live. Every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, I'll be in there. I think I should do more rage streams. It was a potential burp. It didn't work out. Watch my Instagram for comedy shows, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Also, stay to the right when you're out walking.
Common courtesy.
Common courtesy. All right. Bye.